Here and I appreciate it. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, your girl, the one and only Tiffany E, aka Sexline TV2, and I am here to give you guys all of the tea when it comes to wrestling and maybe a little bit of odds and ends in between there. So why don't you go ahead, go get your snacks, go get your juice, go get you a good drink, a good glass of wine if you can drink it. If you're underage, don't be drinking, okay? Go on and get you some juice or something and sit back and listen as we kiki and holler about wrestling. Because over here, you get a plethora of things when it comes to my show, okay? You get wrestling commentary.
No benefit of the doubt. Dr. Phil say don't do that. Dr. Phil say when somebody show you who they are, and so did Maya Angelou, believe them. Them two hoes are snakes. They've been snakes, and them hoes was like that when you got there, and they like that now, so fuck them both. And they did the right thing by letting them headline WrestleMania. They most definitely deserve to headline WrestleMania. And that is how you close a mania.
What else will you get? You'll also get a weekly recap of every single show that WWE has to offer. Monday Night Raw after show, NXT after show, and of course a Friday Night SmackDown after show. You'll also get a recap of all the Big 5 PLEs. I even do the Saudi shows for you. And then, if it's good and worth the time, I may even throw a little AEW in there. But of course, I will do my best to make sure I recap as many PLEs as possible. If I don't have it, then I'll throw it to one of my friends who do know it. We also cover pop culture, and we have really good time over here with lifestyle and just giving advice. So, if you're ready, it's showtime, and that is on the ancestors, baby. Hola, party people. How is everyone doing? Can you turn it down a little bit? Alrighty. So I went live at 10:13. That means that Kenny was here at the first. She was numero uno, and she's also one of my moderators. So shout out to Kenny. Of course, Young Boy Jay was number 2, and Tay was number 3. Kayla was here earlier at 10:10. I was supposed to go live at 10:05, but my NXT was a bit behind. So I didn't realize that I was behind until I happened to look at the clock, and it said 10:12. And I was like, ooh, I'm supposed to be live about 5 minutes ago. Anyways, you guys will be fine. Just me being a little bit late. Octavius, what are you in there playing with? Gerard. It's just a hair clip. Anyways, sir, if you missed NXT, you missed a stellar show, love. It was amazing. We love it. What is this Amazon Digital?
Uh-oh. He done cut his off head off.
Sorry, y'all. Hold on. Who chopped off his head?
They had fucking traitors within the camp. He did.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Anyways, y'all, let's get into this particular show. If you missed NXT, brother, you missed a show. Okay, it was very, very live and it had a lot of surprises from start to finish. So let's start off with the very first match of the night, which was a 17-minute six-man tag team match between Schism, Mustafa Ali, Tyler, and Wesley. Okay, 17-minute match. I counted. Trust me, it was 17 minutes. It was a good match. There was a discrepancy with the referees. Sorry, y'all. Try playing this damn game. This shit is crazy. It's a fucking hypocrite. What the hell going on here?
Chocobo.
Anyway, I'm sorry. He will start playing this while I'm trying to get this guy. You know what? You ain't shit. And you know you ain't shit. Anyways, 17-minute match between Wes, Mustafa, and Tyler and Schism. It was a very good match. There was a discrepancy between the ref and the calls. Basically, he did not see a tag between Tyler and Mustafa, I want to say. If I'm wrong, whatever. He didn't see the tag. So that left Schism to have the upper hand. So which Schism was able to hit their signature move, which looks fucking cool, by the way. And y'all, this shit is crazy. It's the goddamn demon on the TV screen. What the hell?
Ifrit.
Who the fuck is he free?
That's one.
Damn, he killed him.
He didn't mean to. He trying to stop his brother. Joshua is on a rampage because his father got killed and he didn't use his powers to turn to the Phoenix, and then Joshua turned into Ifrit. And Clyde turned into Ifrit.
What the hell is he free, Jared? What is that?
That's one of the summons on Final Fantasy VII.
Okay. Anyway, he playing the goddamn game. It's distracting me. But anyway, in the course of that match, Schism was able to hit their signature move, to which a second ref came out and stopped the count from the first ref. And basically, the referees got the, going back and forth, and the second ref basically said, listen, he is not the league. This is not right. Westland was the legal man. They did it right the first time. You didn't see it. That's not right. So they was able to get the drop on Schism. Mustafa was able to take out one of the dyad, and they ended up pinning Joe Gacy for the win. It was a controversial win because if you ask me, the way I see it is if the ref didn't see it, it is what it is. Now, this got to be the beginning of the end for Schism. I'm sorry, but the way that the dyad was looking at Joe Gacy and Ava Rain, they are obviously not feeling what's going on here, and I don't blame them. And given the fact that we know that the two of them will be leaving NXT within the next couple of months, this probably is going to implode between Schism and Dyad as a whole very, very soon. So look to that to happen. Brian Breaker came out there. So I'm sorry, I did all this talking without putting up the picture card. So like I said, you had this match, okay? This match happened, and then Brian brought himself out there. He decided to be dark and brooding with his good old "Just for Me" and honey. Okay, it was given very much just for me, and he was ready. He was giving all the girls all the tea and the love and admiration that he could find, honey. He was ready. Okay, he had his nice little goatee filled in with his Just for Men gel, and he went and got himself some real orange self tanner that made him look. I mean, he almost was the same color as the lights on TV. And that's not even me trying to be funny. I'm dead ass serious. Like, he literally was the same color as the lights in NXT. And NXT got an orange yellow type of background. And that's what he was giving, baby. And I was very embarrassed for him. Okay, I don't know what's going on with him and fuck ass Cobra, but it seems that him and Cobra really don't understand how they skin tones work and how they supposed to put on tanner. And I don't really think nobody understands how that works. But just to give you a fair little course, give you a nice little, conversation about how that's supposed to work. Baby, you're supposed to put that on before the night before. Okay. And given the fact that y'all stay in Florida, you really don't have to, have a tan. But if you so choose to have a tan, you're supposed to take the tanner and put it on before the night before. Let that stuff rub in. You're supposed to use a mitt. That's what the girls been using. It's a nice little mitt. And you rub that into your skin get real nice and golden brown. And then you're supposed to let it bake on your skin for a little bit. And you're supposed to take a shower. From what I saw, some of them you're supposed to take a shower, and then overnight the tan will darken. So depending on how much you use and the color you use, that will determine how light or how dark your tan will be. But baby, it seemed like a lot of them wrestlers don't really understand that. That's why they always had them orange hands when they bring their asses out there. Now, my thing is this: you either using tanner that is not meant, that is a limited thing that you spray on and kind of rub in, but you could be just using a good self tanner that will wear off in time instead of having to go out there with your hands orange like that, because it's mad disrespectful. It's real disrespectful. I feel real bad for you sometimes. Sometimes I do. Not all the time. Sometimes. Not all the time. Just sometimes. Not your eyebrows on fleek. Okay. They still say on fleek. Hello, Nicole. How are you? Hello to everybody coming in or came in, babes. We love ya. WWE Shop owes me money. I'm getting one of them Tony D shirts, and they consider a free one to the back end too. On the back end too, child. You was late. Don't be hating on me. Don't do that. Nicole said I didn't realize what time it was. I was damn. I was listening to this damn good show. I barely tweeted complaining. And you know what, Nicole? It really was a solid NXT. NXT was better than Raw. It was so, so, so well done. From point to point to point, it was very, very good. It wasn't a lot of filler, but it had some that made sense. Everything was so cool. And a lot of the comebacks that we saw from some superstars was real cool, which I'm going to get into that in just a second. Because for whatever reason, my precious StreamYard here did not upload all of my pictures. Look at that. So now I'm going to have to go in here and double check to make sure I have my damn pictures. Because niggas and flies. But anyways, to go back to what Nicole was talking about, the show. The show was so good. It was such a good show. It was so well done. I was very, very happy. Now, I saw something on Twitter that took me out. But baby, one of them people on Twitter said that Shawn Michaels and his lazy eye. Yo. I ain't just talking about that bad eye because he can't help his eye. But baby, when I saw that tweet, I was crying. Okay, I could not stop laughing off of that shit. They said, Shawn Michael and his lazy eye is doing the Lord's work, and I hollered. Hollered, okay? I, baby, that shit made me cackle. When Tony posted that mug shot, I said they need to make that a shirt. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Did you say 17 minutes? It was 17 minutes. I counted that match with Schism and Wes and Tyler Bate was 17 minutes. Oh my God, this shit is crazy. Are they gonna burn together? He killed him. Oh shit.
Well, damn.
That's how it go off, ain't it?
I think so.
That's fucked up. Anyways. Yes, ma'am. It was 17 minutes, baby. 17. Okay. But it was good. It was very good. Okay. Let me get through y'all comments. Didn't matter. Doesn't matter who it was to me. Dang, Schism ain't never gonna get off the ground. Not as in their current state, they are not. I do believe, however, that once they split, that Joe Gacy and Ava will be able to make head strides as a team rather than being a foursome with the Dyad as their companions. I'm still mad at him for having Meaner Than Evil on his damn gear. What?
His mother.
What's wrong with her?
That's his mother.
As my husband notified, he is a fine soldier. I'm sure he would be an excellent addition to the Imperial front line. All in its right place.
His mother set all this shit up.
So she could take over?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's move on to the next one, y'all. I'm sorry. I got stuck looking at this goddamn game with Jerry. He keeps sucking me in. Anyways, man look good real tonight. I'm so fucking for him and Seth to wrestle next week. Oh, you're excited. Your man was looking really orange today. Okay. And it looks like he went and got a good box of Just for Men dye and filled in that beard so it was nice and deep. I will say, for his sake, that he was giving 1990s wrestler. Let's give him that. Very good. He's twinning with the background, very much so. If they're quality products, they'll come with a mint for free. Charlie Dempsey got the orangest of hands, baby. It was very good, Nicole. And Raw wasn't that bad either. It really wasn't. It wasn't a bad show, but it just wasn't really nothing exciting happening except for them damn that crowd ruining Finn Balor being able to have his moment. I really, really wanted to hear what he was gonna say to Seth Rollins because he deserved to be able to say that. And I realized that Seth has a character and blah 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 whatever, but that crowd sucked. They could have let Finn talk, okay? I'm sorry, but we don't need to hear Seth's music that fucking long. We damn sure don't need to hear it from no off-key crowd. I wanted to hear what Finn had to say, and I feel like that promo would have gone over better had they had did it in the back instead of doing it in the ring, because they knew that Seth was going to be out there and it was going to be a big old to do. But it was just sucky, and I hated it. I was so mad. Raw was a bad bitch, but NXT was the baddest baddie. Bad, BAD. Okay. Sean's side eyes must be crazy. I'm finally eating dinner and keeping up with this soda-free diet. Very good. Gacy is serving in this blender. He looks nice. You can see it once a week, Rico. Ew, I almost threw up preparing that pork. Well, he didn't have to eat it, babe. Pork is good. He said, I'm a chameleon this week. He will never be his uncle. Well, Brian looked like a whole bell pepper. Child. Well, orange was my favorite color during my childhood, so it works for me. That's fine. Good for you, Kayla. All right, that motherfucker was the best worst person on the mic, not the best worst. I ain't eat all of it. I ain't eat. You didn't eat it at all. Well, what game is AJ playing? Because I'm trying to get back into gaming. Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, playing the demo.
He's playing the demo for Final Fantasy 16. Storyline's pretty cool, which I'll probably be watching it because I like watching the storylines more than I do actually watching the game or playing the game. So, yeah. But anyways, Brian had his little moments. He was very excited. That he finally got the attention of Seth freaking Rollins. Oh, we were so happy. He was giddy, jumping up and down, skiddly doo, excited and calling everybody out because he says it's about accountability, babe. You have to be accountable for the things that you say. You can't just go around saying these horrible things or saying that you're the best when you don't actually exhibit the best, or saying you're going to beat somebody when you actually don't beat them. You barely skate by. Now, let's think. Who had 2 shots at the championship, lost, and then got a temper tantrum because of it? Let's take a wild guess. Accountability only matters when, well, you're holding other people accountable and not yourself. Because I distinctly remember you promising that you were going to get that NXT Men's Championship back. I distinctly remember that. But I guess Carmelo Hayes was too big of a challenge for you. And then all of a sudden now we're on an accountability kick. I'm starting to believe that you and fuck ass Cora really deserve each other because out of everything that you two share in common, your Delulu delusions are a main attraction. It's weird, honey. It's weird. Get over yourself. No one cares about your little accountability kick, Brian. But I will tell you this. The more you keep trying to bitch and moan and complain because you can't have your way, the more you're going to look like a child. And I guarantee you that next week, when you fight Seth freaking Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, all this accountability you've been handing out is gonna bite your little ass real quick. Like, just be careful with the Just For Me and paint. It has a tendency to bleed. Anyways, let us move on, shall we? We shall. Now, Ilya tried to get his receipt during this particular match. But during this particular promo, but Brian Breaker wasn't having it. He was prepared and he had the peoples come and take his ass to the back. The producers and all them good folks was out there and they basically was taking Ilya back to the back. He had a match later on tonight. Couldn't have him jeopardizing that match now, could we? We can't have that. No. Never said that. No. So we moved on. And while Brian Breaker was tap dancing and singing and crying and whining, all we get is the revolutionary Seth freaking Rollins. That's right, baby. Seth Rollins showed up in video form in NXT. And basically, Seth said, now come on, Brian. Now, just because you and I were both NXT champions and we both shared that championship at one point or another, doesn't mean that you have the right to challenge me and just call me out. Come on, man. You know it doesn't work that way. But I admire your tenacity. I admire your drive. I admire your ability to punch above your weight class. So, you want a shot at the World Heavyweight Championship? You got it. So, Seth freaking Rollins is returning to the place where it all began, to the place that Seth built, NXT. Next week, we're going to see a nice little bout for the World Heavyweight Championship, no less. Now, I do not believe for a minute that this little gremlin is going to beat Seth freaking Rollins for that championship. However, I do think that he's going to give Seth a good run for his money. Now, Seth has also issued an open challenge this coming Monday on Monday Night Raw. And with all these little surprises that everybody's been throwing out as of lately, I would imagine that Seth's challenger is going to be quite the surprise as well. But we'll just have to wait and see how that all plays out. Moving on, Miss Dana Brooke shows up at NXT and decides to give Mackenzie a little bit of information. Yeah, see, Dana says, look, I done had a good career, but I busted my ass, okay? I was Emma's partner. I was Charlotte's protege. I was a tag team partner for Mandy. I done everything that I am supposed to do and more. 24 championship run. I've done it all. And now it's time for me to start building my own bricks, building my own house. I'm going to stop setting up stones for everybody else and start doing my own thing. And then here come fuck ass Cora, crying and whining because Cora lost her championship and she don't understand why everybody talking about Dana and ain't nobody talking about her and that she done did this and blah, 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 blah. And then she slaps the girl. Now Dana said, all right, bitch, game on. So the match was set. You see, it was fuck ass Cora versus Thea. Now, prior to all of this, Thea was in the back and she was talking, to Charlie Dempsey and them, and they seemed to be pushing Thea really, really hard. And they seem to not have a lot of faith in Thea. They don't really believe that she can do what she says she can do. And Thea's been doing everything in her power to prove them wrong, been trying to perform at a high caliber every single time. But it seems that Charlie and Drew's form of teaching is to consistently doubt and downplay every single win and every single battle that each student has, especially when it comes to Thea Hale. Now, it looks like uh Duke is begging for Andre Chase to come back, which I am too. I love Andre Chase. Now, from what I told y'all a couple weeks ago, Andre Chase said on his Twitter that things were going to start to change and Chase U around June. I would imagine that this is going to happen in 2 weeks at NXT Gold Rush when he returns. Now, I don't know how this is all going to play out, but I'm very curious as to how Chase is going to come back and run NXT's Chase U. With Gulak and Dempsey being involved now, things are getting a bit out of hand. And it seems that Duke Hudson is a bit over his head. But we're going to move on. So let me put Nicole's comment up. She said, I went down a hole looking at Scott's promos because of Public Enemy's tweets. When you take a bite before your food cool down, so you gotta your way through the pain. I can't. Was it a good time, Nicole? Brian ain't do shit to even deserve that title shot. Facts. Tiff said, Mama, let's look in the mirror. Let us look in the mirror. I need to understand where the entitlement from Cora comes from. Is entitlement the right word? Oh, well, it is right now. I would imagine, yes, the word would be entitlement. She believes that she deserves all the accolades, all the title shots, everything, and she doesn't have to do but half the work for it. She gets to go out in the middle of the ring, cut a promo, tearing somebody down for 5 minutes, and then everything seems to be cool. While, yes, Cora seems to be able to cut people down because she learned from her mother, AJ Lee. The problem I have is when the tables are turned, you can't dish it, but your ass, you can't take it, but your ass can show can dish it. My problem with fuck ass Cora is her ability to not see further than her own face. And her and Brian seem to have the same attitude and the same trajectory. I don't know about y'all, but for me, if you cutting promos and you know you got shit people can spray you with, the best thing for you to do is to not go for the obvious shit with people and cut them down like that, because the very same thing could happen to you and it don't take much to cut you down. Like, you was one of the weakest bitches on the roster. If that was me, I'd have went after her ass with a vengeance. I'd have been like, girl, you one of the weakest bitches on the roster, honey. Your ass was here running around in NXT begging people to be your tag team partner. And when you finally got her to be your tag team partner, you still couldn't do nothing with it. You barely did anything in NXT War Games besides jumping off the top of the cage, which kudos to you, bitch. Just about every bitch in here can jump off the top of a cage. But then when we go back into the real shit, you was jealous of your friend, and instead of you being supportive of her and then getting into a match with her to get the championship, you decided to destroy the only thing that made you relevant, which was the NXT Tag Team Championships. Oh, how ignorant we have become. And not only that, did you destroy the tag team championships and disrespect them by throwing them in the trash. You killed the only friend that you have. And now you out here cutting everybody down because you one of the weakest bitches in the roster. Girl, if you want to do something else that makes yourself feel better, I can tell you what you should do. You need to take your ass back to the doctor that you got them other titties you came here with and go have a matching ass so you can at least be proportioned, bitch. That's how you cut a bitch down. Okay. Now we're going to move on. She ain't do nothing but crack a butt light can't open. She can have a seat. She can dish it, but she ain't did shot. I would have been like, you 5 minutes of fame came from cage jumping. Hush it up, she go. At least she go had a freaking brain and a friend. She go had a better bitch than Cora. I'm just saying, if we gonna call a spade, then let's call a spade, love. Let's do this. Let's do this. Anyways, the girls were fighting. She smacked Dana. Dana came out there. And Dana got hit in the face again. So when the ref turned his back on him, because fuck ass Cobra tried to use her kendo stick against Thea, Dana pushed the girl into the steel steps. Now, if we being fair, the referee definitely heard Cobra fall into them steps, or at least somebody hit the steps. You know what I'm saying? Definitely heard that, but he did not react as if he heard them hit the steps. So when Thea got in the ring, Thea got Cobra in there, got her in that Kimura lock, and was able to pick up the win. Charlie and Drew were less than impressed, and of course, Duke was holding up Thea's hand because Thea was winning. Now, when Thea went into the back, Thea seemed to be a little bit hurt, after all of the training, all of the fighting, the matches she's been through. This is a short amount of time for Thea to be building herself up, and it's only a matter of time before she cracks. Now, Duke is trying to tell her to take her time, enjoy it, and really focus on possibly beating Tiffany Stratton. Now, here's where we have an issue with Tiffany Stratton. She bring her fairy ass over there, get the flitting around and shit, talking about some. I don't like hearing children's voices. And I was like, girl, are we speaking? Are we talking about children's voices? Really? You who sounds like a whiny 2-year-old all the time? You who thinks she's stuck in 2001? With the way you dress and how you talk? Girl, if you don't get somewhere and sit your ass down, and I mean all the way down, honey, all the way, because you're out of your mind. Although before the tanning lotion, she used to blend in with the ring canvas. Oof, those were the days. I would have not did nothing either. Loud crash, damn that bitch, clumsy as shit. That's pretty much how the ref was. It just baffled me that Tiffany was talking about like, I'm not trying to listen to the children's section. I'm like, girl, you and her are one of the same. The only difference is Thea is louder than you. And quite frankly, I can listen to Thea more than I want to listen to you talk, if we're being fair. Okay? Because, honey, it's not even worth it. I'm being honest. You're not worth it, babe. You're not worth the time or the effort. It's not fun. Okay? Anyways, she basically told the girl that she gonna beat her at NXT Gold Rush. Good for you, bitch. Good for you. Okay, we're happy that you're confident in yourself. We know you're gonna beat Thea. We aware. We are aware of that. Okay, and honestly, I'm gonna be honest. I'm just glad Thea won. I'm happy for Thea, but I kind of figured that she was gonna beat the girl. Now, am I mad about it? No, not really. Not really, because everybody got to have opportunities, and this is Thea's. Whether you love it or hate it, this is Thea's. Now, like I said, there's an NXT Gold Rush, and it's supposed to be a 2-week special. So next week is when we're going to get the World Heavyweight title match with Rollins and Brian Breaker. But in 2 weeks is when we get Baron Corbin going up against Carmelo for the NXT Championship. That is also when you will see Tyler Bate and Wes Lee have their match, and Mustafa Ali is going to be the special guest referee, which I believe is going to lead to some nefarious intent. Why are you just standing there next to my foot?
I was trying not to hit it.
It's like you be moving in slow motion.
Yeah, I'm trying not to hit your foot.
Child, okay. Anyways. And then you're going to have a championship match with Tiffany Stratton and Thea Hale for the NXT Women's Championship. Now, everybody knows that the NXT Great American Bash, okay, is on the 30th of July. So this Gold Rush is a it's like a mid PLE, and this is going to be on TV. This is not going to be something that's going to be on the Peacock network, obviously.
Like a 2 week mid, like live, or a 2 week TV pay per view.
The only reason why I'm doing that is so Seth can get his world championship match out the way with Braun, and he because he can't wait 2 weeks. Because in 2 weeks he's gonna be in London and Money in the Bank. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they're getting his shit out the way early next week, and then they're gonna focus on the girls and the rest of the guys, because that same night in that same pay-per-view you're gonna have the triple threat for the men. I think that's happening next week. Yeah, so the triple threat for the men is happening next week for the tag team titles to determine the number one contender for Gallus' championships, which they will end up wrestling that following week.
In week 2 of Gold Rush.
Correct, you with me? Follow me and I'm going to bless you.
I'm tracking.
I made 2 smoothies today, and them whole fire. That was real good. Anyways, we saw some returns and some cute little matchups. Now, y'all remember when I used to call this whole Lola? Now, she done went and found her a Lola. I can't make this shit up. I can't. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't make this shit up. Now, Alexia Lopez was back there. And Jacy Jane was mad because Lyra Valkyria had a nice little vignette. And basically she said she was this close to the end of the line, and she was this close to the goal, and she's not going to let all these losses that she suffered affect her. She's going to keep pushing forward, and finally she's going to capture that gold. To which Jacy Jane was very upset. You know, she was basically like, what the hell is she talking about? Like, she ain't talking no real shit. Like, nobody likes her anyway. Like, what is she saying? And the girls in the back was like, girl, you on your own, bitch. And the lecturer just telling her real shit. Like, I mean, you kind of got to respect Lyra real talk, because Lyra took Tiffany Stratton to the limit. Tiffany even admitted that she's one of the top girls that people need to look out for. And you got to admit what she said is some real shit. Jacy Jane was like, oh, so are we admitting that she threw your ass over the top rope in the battle royal because she eliminated you? Is that why you blowing smoke up her ass? And then Lola walked up to her and was like, pardon. If I recall, she eliminated your bitch ass too. You was eliminated too, bitch. It was you. I remember. Play the tape, ho. It was you. Yeah. Yeah, it was you. Definitely was. So she ended up walking away with an attitude, of course, with her hat on the back of her head, because she got a big ass head, so she can hold all that shit. Anyways, the girls were sitting there, and Lola said, I don't like too many people in here, but I fucks with you. And the lecturer was like, you know what? I fucks with you too. And she was like, maybe we need to, continue rallying with each other. And they was like, yeah. So the girls are teaming up. And the women's tag team division, it seems like it's going to be rebuilt very slowly. Okay? Which I like. They're going to take their time, reintroduce the teams, reset this up again, and then they're going to introduce that new belt. Like I said, I like that. I would do a storyline where I was paying off the refs to turn away. Thea could have said, "Where's your daddy?" And that would have ended Tiffany. I literally haven't watched anything Stratton since she got that title. She pop up on the screen, child. Oh, it's this bitch. I don't really like this mama chick. 2 big titty Latinas.
Yeah.
Thank you. Turn the fan on, please, before you go to bed. You all right? Well, turn the fan. I'm telling you to turn the fan on, babe. You might want to turn it down. All right. So the next thing we had is Dab Cato and Axiom and Scripps. They decided to have a 2-on-1 handicap match. For whatever reason, Scripps and Axiom won. But the real the real key here, okay, about this match was the fact that fucking Los Lotharios showed up in NXT. Now let's keep it real and keep it funky, okay? Los Lotharios was not drafted in NXT nor in the draft at all. And as far as I knew, they were not drafted during the supplemental draft. And I don't remember seeing them in any capacity. But I could be wrong. But these homeboys showed up and attacked Axiom and Scripps. Now, everybody was shocked that we seen them because they hadn't been seen on TV in quite some time. In fact, it had been months since they had been on TV. Okay. But child, they showed up, took out Scripps and Axiom. This tag team division in NXT is getting real hot, babes. It's getting real hot. All right. Now the boys are out here scrapping. They scrapping. I gotta wash my face. But anyways, they were interviewed by one of the backstage correspondents, and basically what they said was NXT got a nice little spot going on here, and we want to take up residency here. We want our shit. Yeah. So they came up in there, and they are officially a part of the NXT roster, baby. It is what it is, okay? Now, Von Wagner was in the back talking to Robert Stone about him and his new therapist and how he really like her. And they get into the bottom of a lot of things. And then Dijak, the ultimate loser, came walking up talking shit about Von Wagner not being a credible fighter or champion. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. That's a 22. Baby, you done been in 4 pay-per-views. Count them 1, 2, 3, 4. And you done lost every one of them. You done lost all of them. The 2 you was in when you was here in NXT, you lost. Every match you done had for that championship or any championship at that, you have lost. You have not won nothing. You lost against Tony D. You lost against Wes Lee multiple times. You lost against Ilya multiple times. Baby, how you gonna call somebody else a loser when you're a loser yourself? I guess a loser recognizes another loser, huh? Child, it's the audacity for me. I'd be like, didn't you just get your ass whooped by Ilya Dragunov? If you don't get your fake ass terminated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ass the fuck up out my face, get your ass up out of here. Talking about you serving up justice. If that justice don't come with a side of pancakes and eggs and bacon, I don't want none of you serving, bitch. And I don't even want that because I feel like you wouldn't cook it right. It'd be bland. It won't have no flavor because you flavorless. There's nothing about you that makes me want to go, ooh, let's watch. No, babes. No, babes. No. Oh, you meant MMA. I haven't really seen her wrestle, so I can't say much bad about her. I mean, I saw her compete on Level Up a couple of times. She was in the Battle Royal. She did okay, so I want to see what she can do. It sounds like it's a lot of hateration in this dancery. That's what it sounds like. It's crazy that 2 women of 2 out of the 3 of my coaches are going to team up. Puerto Rican and Cuban. I mean, Lola ain't got much in the titty department. Yeah, she a little low on the titties. The tag division for the women in general been rebuilt as many times as I burnt a lot of rice. Well, Kenny, sometimes you got to start over to keep going forward. That could be said for anybody. That's in life in general. I'm not mad at them for starting over. I'd rather you start over than to keep going in something that's not working. And half of your tag team division is gone. It's time to start over and do something new. And if they're going to start new, bringing together new tag teams, they already have three: Lash and Jakara, the Yulisa and Valentina Faraz, and now you got Lola, and you got Electra. You got three tag teams already set to go. And if you put Blair and Tatum together, which they did, that's four tag teams for a small division right now. That works. There's nothing wrong with rebuilding. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you got to rebuild to go forward. High but trying to eat healthy snacks. So I'm peanut butter since I didn't get enough protein today. So you eat peanut butter? Very good. I haven't seen Mr. Terry wear pants in a while. The other finally stopped looking like a child. Facts. Umberto. Umberto grew into his looks, but I've always thought he was cute. I'm not a big fan of Angel Garza. I think he looks like a little boy still, but I think Umberto is fine. Facts, because this pot of rice I did today came out perfect. It was perfect. They could do something with Roxanne and Tatum because you visually they look good together. Well, it seemed like Roxanne is on a mission to take down Blair Davenport. And this version of Roxanne Perez is ready to roll. And this is one that everybody can get behind. Roxanne went up against Tatum Paxton today, and Roxanne had something to get off her chest. She said, Blair Davenport, you lowly skunk head ass bitch. I'm tired of you and your shit. Now you run around here attacking everybody in this locker room, attacking me. You got this girl running around here not knowing who the fuck she is or what she want to be, slamming all this black shit all over her face because she being a fucking weirdo. Listen, I ain't trying to hear all that. I ain't trying to deal with all that. The next time I see you, it's on site, bitch. Because your ass done did everything in your power to try to decapitate this division. You have now hindered this entire division, all because you was petty and nobody cared about you. Nobody remembered you. We didn't give a fuck about you. So you had to do this little stupid ass persona and attacking people from behind and leaving them in the middle of the parking lot or inside the PC all devastated and fucked up so you could feel better about yourself. But she said one thing about it and the two things for sure. You can count on me whooping your ass. And that's not a threat, bitch. That for damn sure is a fact. I'm going to make sure I get your ass. You going to get got. I said, period. Roxanne, you tell her. You tell her. Roxanne, look into my eyes, ho. I'm not afraid of you. I never have been. You and this little monster bitch you done created. I ain't scared of neither one of you hoes. Now I done took care of her. Now I'm going to have to come for you. I was like, get her. Now, Malik and Idris had their fight. Malik looked better than Idris did in this match. Malik ended up winning the match, but Malik just looked solid. He looked great. He hit all his points and markers like he was supposed to. He was on the offense this entire match, and I loved it. I like Malik. I think he's great. I'm oddly attracted to Malik. I think he's an amazing dude. He's tall. He's dark like I like him. Okay? He's a good looking man. I don't care what nobody say. Kiss my ass. Anyway, the boys finally decided to make up and they brought themselves together. And basically, Idris remembered Malik's birthday. They hugged it out and told each other that they loved him. Oh, beautiful. And then Booker T picked up the microphone. And that's when everybody's ears started to bleed. Booker T picked up the microphone and basically said, yeah, all this shit is lovey-dovey and it's cute and everything. But I got word from the higher ups that this right here, this ain't working. Y'all can't be loving and hugging on each other. Y'all tag team division. Y'all got to be able to go out there and fight. So the way that we're going to do this is next week it's going to be a triple threat match. It's going to be you, and you versus each other. Y'all going to fight, and whoever wins gets to be the number one contender for the tag team championships. In that following week, You will compete against Gallus for the NXT Tag Team Championships. He said, now let's get this thing started. Everybody was happy and dancing and kicking in the ring. And then all of a sudden, Briggs said, I'm mad. And everybody started fighting. You ever seen Boondocks where they say you throw a chair and it completely starts a fight? Child. If that ain't true, I don't know what is. Any whoosies, though. That is all going to happen during Gold Rush, okay? Now, Damon Kemp's Soul Glow ass is still crying about losing them 2 matches to Eddie Thorpe. So he complained to all the refs that ref every match he's had. And then Eddie said, so you still out here bitching, bro. All right, I'll bite. Whatever kind of match you want to have, I'll accept it, and we'll have this final bout. And David Kim said, whatever kind of match I want. He said, whatever you want to do. I'm confident in myself. What's up? David Kim said, oh, you'll have to wait. I'll tell you later. Bye. Oh, by the way, you should have just kept those cheap wins that you had. Well, Damon, let's keep it real, babes. You've barely been able to stay relevant after losing to Julius. The biggest thing and the best thing that you had going was your little snake trial shit you was doing over there in Diamond Mine. And that's pretty much all you had going, babes. You didn't have shit else, which is pretty sad for you. I mean, given the type of shit that you were doing, the type of heel tactics that you could have had, you could have used that as momentum to move forward into something else. But you're lazy and you're a piece of shit. So you don't know what you're doing. Clearly. It's okay, babe. We all have our shortcomings, especially you and your balls. But I will say this. I'm tired of seeing you and your soul glow hair flitting around NXT. I don't know what they're going to do with you, but I really need you to go home, Roger. Okay? Okay. Between your mediocre wrestling and your bullshit ass character, you, sir, are the epitome of what's being grandfathered in because your brother was great at wrestling truly means. You are not the star. You are a byproduct. A shot in, just a little, you kind of weaseled your way in, and I'm gonna need for you to weasel your way out. Just for my sanity. Okay? Thanks though. Thanks for the good times. Appreciate it. Anyways, final bout. Let me put this thing on the charger before it cut off on me. And final bout. Ilya Dragunov goes up against Baron Corbin. Now, Baron Corbin and Ilya obviously have their issues, okay? They are not, best friends. But Ilya and Corbin put on a decent match. Now, I don't know what's going on with Baron Corbin, but he came out there in some maroon color shorts and took off his shirt, child. I said, oh, is this what we doing? Is this what we doing? Okay, babe. I'm cool, but live your best life. Anyways, he came out there. He wrestled with Ilya. He targeted Ilya's ribs, of course, that Braun Breaker injured. Braun ended up coming out there towards the end of the match, costing Ilya time in that match. Now, they didn't, do a disqualification in this match, which kind of surprised me. Braun ended up getting hit by Ilya. This caused enough distraction to get Baron Corbin the win over Ilya. Now, Braun and Ilya ended up fighting all the way to the back, to which Carmelo Hayes ended up getting the drop on Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin and Carmelo ended up trading blows a little bit. Carmelo was able to hit him with his signature move and his finisher, and that was that. Carmelo Hayes was standing tall in his Jordan 12s on Baron Corbin's chesticles. And that, honey, That was NXT. But I got one more thing for the girls and the guys. Okay, they did a little vignette of two new superstars, Lucian Price and Bronco Nima. Okay, I was like, who is these fine ass men? Now I distinctly remember mentioning these two. Okay, distinctly remember mentioning these two, but I don't remember in what capacity. I believe it was Bronco we talked about because I think they was wrestling on Level Up, and I talked about them. But baby, these two babies is fine. Okay, I was like, oh, they not waiting. They putting your asses out there, and they real hood. They real hood like I like them. Now I got one more thing to talk about because I missed it. But the Heritage Cup was six 3-minute rounds on NXT today. Nathan Frazier came out there along with Dragon Lee by his side. And sorry about that. That's the wrong gif or the wrong picture. Along with Dragon Lee by his side. And of course, Noam Dar had the metaphors in tow. But Noam Dar was on crutches and everybody was a little taken aback. Okay. Yes, Bronco. I remember everybody thirsting over Bronco and not remembering Lucian's first name. Okay. I'm thirsting over both of them, if we being fair, because they're both fine. Anyways, Metaphor came out there and basically Noam Dar accused Nathan Frazier of attacking him. Baby, the seal on your mask is not sealed down. He accused Noam Nathan Frazier of attacking him in the parking lot. And with all that being said, Noam Dar ended up competing for, Oro Mensa ended up competing for Noam Dar in this Heritage Cup match. Now, the rules for the Heritage Cup state it's 6 3-minute rounds, 20-second breaks between rounds, 2 out of 3 falls. Falls can be scored by pinfall, submission, or countout. When a fall occurs, the round ends immediately. DQ or knockout ends the match. After 6 rounds, the most falls wins. The champion retains if tied. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. But I thought that Noam Dar was going to retain this Heritage Cup. But unfortunately for him, Oro Mensa just could not best Nathan Frazier. Now, I won't lie. Oro Mensa and Noam Dar had a lot of help from Lash Legend and Jakara. They was holding up the referee, messing with Nathan Frazier's hair and face. And you know who came out there to rescue him? Was Yulisa and Valentina Faraz. The girls came out there and took out Jakara and Lash Legend, and Nathan Frazier was able to capitalize and take Oro Mensa out 1, 2, 3. And Nathan Frazier now is your new Heritage Cup champion. It's gotta feel good. He has amazing chemistry with anybody. He looked great. He made Oro Mensa look amazing today. And quite frankly, Nathan Frazier is the standard of NXT. He's one of the best superstars in there. The matches he's had were absolutely sensational with Axiom, Wesley. It doesn't matter who he goes up against. He excels beautifully in every single match he has with any opponent. So congratulations to you, Nathan Frazier. I know they're going to end up running this back at NXT's Great American Bash because technically Noam Dar didn't lose anything. Oro Mensa did. So I wouldn't be surprised if next week they give Noam Dar that championship back. I wouldn't be surprised about that. But y'all let me know what you think about the show. Now, Blair Davenport again had her little thing. You know, she was talking her shit, laid out her detailed attacks on each NXT attack that happened in the parking lot and inside the PC. And like I told y'all earlier, Roxanne wasn't having none of it. Roxanne said, bitch, if you want some, come get some. And finally, Tony D was arrested weeks ago. And the underboss, Stacks, is still trying to figure out who ratted out Tony D and got him arrested. Now his eyes are set on Gallus. Now how he's gonna go about proving that Gallus did this is a total mystery. But right now he's got to have some backup. So I wonder how this is all going to play out. I guess we'll have to wait and see on next week's NXT. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was NXT. It was a beautiful show. We loved it. Yes, it was very good from start to finish. Great vignettes, great little pieces of information in between. We got to see so much information and so many things playing out. We love that for us. Yes, we love that for us. It's amazing. It's beautiful. With all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed NXT today. Please, please, please do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you and we love you for doing that. All right. Now, tomorrow, we're going to hang out, talk a little bit. And of course, I got a couple of requests that I'm going to honor this time, and we're going to play One Gotta Go tomorrow on live. I will do lifestyle and lifestyle advice and relationship questions tomorrow. We'll make this all about normal everyday shit. No wrestling combo will be had unless you guys want to talk about wrestling. We definitely can, but for now we're going to stick to the lifestyle combo and we're going to do One Gotta Go. With all that being said, I will see you guys Friday. I'll be back tomorrow, and then I'll be back Friday. So I will see you guys tomorrow, probably around 8 or 9. We'll have a little bit of fun. Okay? All that being said, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Thank y'all so much for being here, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for being a part of my show. Please be sure to check out my wrestling podcast, Down for the Count, with my girls, and of course, the personal podcast with the entertainment, pop culture, and news of the KTT podcast. Like I said before, we have pop culture that we just love to talk about. Okay, pop culture includes any and all celebrity news. I have the Red Rum True Crime series where I talk about all of the stories in the news that have to do with murder and anything very, very high profile in terms of murder. And of course, we have Am I the Asshole Fridays and Twitter stories. That includes my personal recap of the SBC chat and of course some Reddit Am I the Asshole stories that need my advice, honey, because I just love to talk. So if you love me, please do me a favor, run on over there and follow both of my podcasts, because the wrestling podcast is where it's at when it comes to the wrestling. The girls always got it handled on that front. But y'all, my other podcast is my personal baby, and I really want it to pop off. So go over there and follow both of them. They're both available on Spotify. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in our next one. Bye.
Bye.